every patient has their own values. Some like taking risks, others don't. Some want to live much longer to see the birth of a grandchild or something, others want quality of life. So personalisation means that we take the basic evidence, we relate it to the condition of the individual patient, and then the patient reflects and relates it to their own values and priorities.
If clinicians can be confident that patients have background, up-to-date, authoritative and impartial information from shared decision-making tools, they will then be free to have a more creative and individual consultation with the patient about, now you've seen the options, you know the facts and figures, now tell me what's important to you, can we help you make a decision?
Wherever possible, all patients should be expert patients. For an expert patient is always aware of what choices they have and what those choices will mean for them. Patients that are able to have a sensible discussion, ask the right questions, put forward their own views, opinions and preferences. And when a patient is actively engaged and supported in deciding their way forward, something remarkable happens. Their condition, their outlook, their overall well-being and their outcomes all improve.
It is important to have choice of where to have treatment, but I think for patients it's even more important to have a choice of what. So the decision aids are a tool, they are simply that, they are a tool to inform and empower people about the decisions about their care, giving them the pros and cons about different treatment options and helping them to weigh up the different treatment options. It does not replace the clinical encounter, it is a supplement to it. Patients have a duty to do some homework first and then to come to the clinician more involved and empowered to make that final right decision.
Anybody living with a serious long-term condition is bound to take really important decisions about their life, which takes account of their health, regularly. Decisions about whether they feel they can take on a job, decisions about whether they can take on a relationship or even make a journey on any given day. So actually what the PDAs I think are doing is finding a way of giving permission to people to make decisions when they're in a clinical setting. It's providing a common approach which encourages people to think a bit differently.
I was diagnosed some years ago with a number of long-term health conditions, giving rise to osteoarthritis in both knees, with the right being particularly affected. I actually stayed in my house for about a year and wouldn't go out, spent a lot of time in bed, wouldn't answer the phone, wouldn't open letters. For me, it was either self-management or a very grim outcome. The patient decision aid, respectfully and gently, guides you through all aspects of your knee osteoarthritis. I felt it was like having a long, unhurried session with a top, knowledgeable specialist. The aid really relates to you as an individual and how the condition affects you. I hope that it will be recommended by all, including those working in the field of self-management, and that it is rolled out for many more conditions.
The mere mention of the word cancer just sent me into fear, because many of my friends, and there really are many, they've all been diagnosed with cancer and they're all dead. Whenever I got phone calls from them, I've been examined today, it's come back. Or I've been examined today, I've got to have chemotherapy, I've got to have this, I've got to have that. I don't want to spend the next 10 years of my life going through all that stuff. And I said, just leave it. He said, well, go home and think about it. Go home and think about it and come back and talk to me. And I said, well, I'll read the booklet, you know, on informed decision making. But I don't want somebody telling me what to do. Because if somebody tells me what to do and I suffer as a result, then I'm forever going to resent them. I don't want that to happen. So I studied the book. I could see the pros and cons of everything. I could see the statistics. I could see the likely outcomes. I decided I don't want to take the fact I may die by the time I'm 75. I said, just take it out. And that is what happened. And fortunately, I had no side effects, no ill effects. And fortunately, I can stand here today in front of you and say, well, whatever happened to me, it's very unlikely I'll die from prostate cancer. And it's thanks to everybody that was involved in this project, that put this book together and stuff like it. Because I would not listen to anybody other than myself. It's the way I am.
Shared decision making is the right thing to do. There is an ethical imperative and there is also an economic imperative, because people who are informed and empowered make the right decisions for them and for the wider society. Surely we don't need people telling us any more about the importance of shared decision making and patient empowerment. It is our job in the NHS to go and make that a reality.